Have the principles of managing money changed over the years? Is there a change in how we should manage our money today because of technology? We don't believe that's true. We think the principles remain the same as they have for centuries. We do think people need better tools to manage their finances today than they have in the past. And here's why. On September 11th, 2001, the terrorist attacks caused time to stand still, it seemed. And for sure, our economy stood still for quite a while. The dot-com crash of April 2000 brought the NASDAQ down 78%, meaning a lot of people lost a lot of wealth at that time. The U.S. lost 5 million manufacturing jobs since 2000. Trade agreements that went wrong, excessive business regulations and taxes caused businesses to take their jobs elsewhere out of our country. On December 30th, 2008, the Home Price Index reported its largest price drop in its history. The bursting of the housing bubble in 2007 caused the Great Recession that started then. But still, housing foreclosures peaked in 2010, a year after the recession ended. 2,871,000 foreclosures happened. 4 years later, there was still 1,117,000 foreclosures. So the recession may have ended in 2009, but the pain continued on for many years. Median income in the USA in 2016 is about what it was in 1999. While inflation overall is pretty low, we've seen big swings in gas and food prices in recent years, and we'll continue to see that. As of March 2016, the average credit card debt for households who carry revolving debt was $16,048. Consider how many of these are due to a job loss or home foreclosure, much less self-control. The median American heading into retirement has enough wealth to live on for a little more than 3 years. We are woefully prepared for retirement in this country. So what did we do? Here's the things we keyed off when we built this software. Our government shows no financial discipline, spending and borrowing extreme amounts of money, but we, you and I, the people, must be nearly perfect in how we manage our money. It doesn't seem quite right, does it? Shouldn't the government be held accountable? Most of us make the same or less money today than we did over 15 years ago, and this is severely hurting families. Many people carry a large amount of debt. Some people are really buried by it. Few are prepared for retirement, may not be able to retire, much less retire on time. So what are the keys? When you're going to create a solution to fix these problems, what are the keys? We can't fix the government. We have to respond to some of this stuff. Well, the first thing is process is the key. To managing anything, you need a management process. You're going to manage money, you need a management process. That management process is planned to review. Proven in business, and actually we use it in everyday life. If you're going to build a house, you have a plan that's called your blueprint. If you're going to make a meal for the first time, you have a plan that's called your recipe. Everything in life follows plan to review process. Virtually everything we do in our finances should also. And then we wanted to make sure we were supporting this financial cycle of life, recognizing that somebody who's just starting out, his financial needs are different than somebody who's down the road with a couple kids in college, and all the way through that paradigm, all the way to retirement. The capabilities need to be there for all the life stages, but it needs to be done in such a way as you can grow into that capability over time. And also the ability to start over. If you're in a life cycle, you understand that at the end of the year, you start things over. You want to be able to save the data for that year. And if you have a loan you've paid off, you want to be able to start it over and use that tool to do another loan in the future if you want. So those are key things for us. So Simple Finance's Master Money Toolkit was created to handle managing money, managing debt, to planning and achieving your financial goals and planning for retirement, including your investments, including income. The truth is, because of all the things our country's been through in recent years, we may be off track. Look, if your 401k became a 101k, you were hurt by that. You were set back by that. If you had a home taken away, a foreclosed home, you were hurt by that. It was a setback. If you lost a job once or twice, it was a setback. We've lost time. Right? We may have delayed important decisions, and we may have made some bad decisions. So what are we supposed to do? How do we deal with this? What can we do? Except that we need to take control. And it's unlikely that others, government, family, friends, church, can do everything you need. They can't meet all your needs, and you shouldn't expect them to. Only you can get control of your finances. Only you can put your financial house in order. They're your finances. Only you can do that. But first, you have to believe you can do it. You have to believe you can get them under control. Right? You need to follow a proven money management method. You really do. Put it into a process. It's not a once a month thing. It's a once a week thing. And if you utilize the right tools, then you can keep on track of your finances. You can know more about them, do what you want to do, and have lots of time on your hands. It could save you a bunch of time using our tools. What makes managing finances complex? Random expenses. Life happens. The battery dies on your car, you have to replace it. You really didn't have it on your budget. The dog gets sick, you have to take him to the vet. You really didn't have it on your budget. These are things that need to be covered. Right? So you need to recognize the random stuff, the random expenses. So that's why you need to have an emergency fund. You need to have a miscellaneous amount of money on your budget for things that come up. There are things you can do to plan for the unexpected. Variability of bills. AC is going to be high in the summer. The heat's going to be high in the winter. But there are windows of time in the year where you can save more towards your goals or pay down debt. Those kinds of things. Changing economy is out of our control. And it affects what we pay for mortgages, what we pay on our credit cards, and what we can buy in the market square. We just have to react to it. And easy credit cards has been a difficult thing for many families in our country who had nowhere else to turn and use credit cards when they were in trouble. But no, those have to be paid back. There has to be a better way, right? There has to be a better way to do things than just go deeply into debt every time something goes wrong. And debit cards are very convenient and very dangerous. They can get us in a lot of trouble. So we want to use debit cards the right way. And this could be a much longer list than we have here. The new money management paradigm. The technology has changed, folks. Online banking, direct deposits, automatic withdrawals, bill pay, online payment of almost any bill right from your account. Debit cards and online services that organize and summarize all our financial transactions for us. Creates these beautiful little charts. With all this great technology, this great new banking capability, did it change the principles, the financial principles to managing money? Do we need a plan anymore? It's a question. We need a plan, and the plan has to do more than it did 30 years ago. It has to support not just planning, but it has to support managing the payment of your bills, because on any given month you could have 5 or 6 different ways you pay your bills. You have to have some way to control all of this stuff. Now that you've got it, you've got to manage it all. Managing money, the new paradigm. Just get this in your head. The bank is not. The credit card company is not. They're not the creator of your financial transactions. They don't create them. They really don't. You and I do. We are the source of all those financial transactions you see at your bank and the credit card company. We are the source. That means we have control. Do you understand that? And as in the past, if we don't fit those expenses into our available income, we will end up going into debt. It's the same today as it's always been. So before we create those transactions, before we go out and start doing that, we need to have a thoughtful plan, a budget, something that's thought through, that we're working to, following. We're going to follow that plan, right? Don't create those transactions until you've got a good plan you're going to follow. There's no such thing as accounting for the future. Keep that in mind. Accounting is not a future-oriented thing. It is only good for reviewing what you have done. So it's great to know what you've done. It's great to know where you've been, right? But the first thing you know is, where do you want to go? That's planning. See, planning, you can't plan the past. But with planning, you can build a good financial plan that meets your obligations, funds your goals in the future. You can figure out what your future looks like with planning, and accounting is going to tell you how well you followed that plan. You need them both. They face different directions. Technology of today has created a great deal of confusion about what managing money really is, but managing money happens when we follow the plan to review process. It's pretty much what you have to do. The elements of a financial plan. The budget is the foundation of a financial plan. You have income. That income is a bucket of money, whatever it is. It's a certain amount of money. The budget determines how you use that money. The budget determines how much goes to your goals, how much to your debt, and how much to pay living expenses. The budget is the control mechanism for how you drive your money where you want it to go. And it can be defensive, as in controlling spending and reducing costs, or offensive, as in funding short and long-term goals. And a good budget will be both defensive and offensive at the same time. Simple finances approach. Life, we think, is unpredictable, and balance is absolutely essential. We've got to stay financially balanced in what we believe and arguably is an unbalanced world. It just is. It's an unfair world. No one can manage our finances better than us. That's point 2. We're responsible. We're accountable. We have to manage our finances. No one else cares. They don't care. No one else really cares about our future, what we want to do, our dreams for our children. Nobody cares. We have to do that. And there's no real money management secrets to know. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There's no more secrets. Quit looking for secrets and start managing your money. That's the key. And in a nutshell, managing money well is about wisely deciding how to spend money between 2 or more competing things. So what does wisely mean? Wisely means you're informed. You've learned about it. You know what the alternatives are. You know what needs they meet. You know what wants they meet. And you know how much you have to spend. If you do that on every key financial decision, you'll be in control of your finances. Managing money better is something, it's not a nice thing to do, folks. It's something we must do today. Get results with Simple Finances. With Simple Finances, you can master your money so that you can secure your financial future and sleep well at night.